They're sweet and they're sour. Put them together and it's an instant kick to the taste buds. So, if you like to pucker up and rev up your sweet tooth at the same time, this tantalizing treat is the best of both worlds. Lemonheads have been around since the early 60s, but recently, the classic hard candy has gone soft on the inside and has been mixing with some other multicolored friends.
We've taken the apple head, the orange head, cherry head, and grape head, and we've combined them all together in the same box.
Every day, 200,000 pounds of sugar arrive by rail car to Ferrara Pan Candy Company. That sugar, along with massive amounts of corn syrup and water, are mixed and heated in these giant tanks. Meanwhile, the molds that will be used to form the candy are being made out of cornstarch.
We take a tray and we fill it up with cornstarch, and we deposit into the cornstarch in a mold we make with what we call a print board.
The cornstarch keeps the candy from sticking, kind of like flouring a pan at home. Once the mold's ready, it's filled with the warm, sweet center filling. This machine doesn't mess around. It's filling enough trays here to produce 300 cartons of Lemonheads every minute. That's nearly 500,000 a day. Next, the chewy centers have to cure. So finally, some rest.
We've got to get the moisture out. So when you deposit it, you're waiting 24 hours to get the moisture out of the starch.
So now that the formerly liquid candy centers have firmed up, they're ready for their unveiling. A little flip out of the starch trays, and out they go. Down a chute. Then into a sifter to help shake off some of that starch. At this point, they may look like Lemonheads, but they've still got a ways to go.
So after we shake the product out of starch, we sand them, which is hitting them with steam and rolling them in a sugar-acid blend. And that's the center of the chewy Lemonhead.
Then it's onto another conveyor belt, and from there, into trays that hold 30 pounds of chewy centers each. The trays of candy are then transferred into these giant pans, and it's here that they get their color to match their flavor.
In the panning process, we add some liquid sugar and corn syrup blend, some color, flavor, and more acid to give it more of that sweet and sour. And then they're going to tumble it all around in the pan until the centers get all sticky and gooey.
It turns out these rotating pans are the secret weapon of Ferrara's candy history. The turning drum of the pan builds up the ultimate candy shell with all kinds of different candies. Remember atomic fireballs and red hots? Same process.
We'll then dry the product using sugar. And as the product spins in the pan and tumbles, it picks up the sugar that they've added, and the theory is a snowball rolling down a hill. So it gets larger and larger and larger.
And crunchier. Then it's on to the polishing. First, all of the individual colors are mixed and dumped into these specially designed polishing pans.
We add a little bit of liquid sugar. We let them rub together as the pans are turning. We want some friction created to smooth the outer shell of the product.
While they're tumbling, they add a little wax and mineral oil for shine. And now these perfectly polished chewy Lemonheads and friends are about to become best friends.
When we're ready to pack, we're going to dump the product into these bins. And then they travel through a pipe that goes through the floor and down to the cartoner on the floor below them.
This ultimate fast packing machine fills the individual boxes, seals the boxes, and even assembles a case, all in seconds. Just one last thing. Where'd the name Lemonhead come from anyway? Rumor has it, from one of the company's founders.
When his son was born, his head was shaped like a lemon. He said that it was in the shape of his son's head, and that's where he got the name Lemonhead. And it has stuck for the past 50 years. Better than my name, which is Knucklehead.
Con buồn pha